Hello, it is I, Smash Master 69. Today we will talk about another manhwa which I really love. I just finished it again a couple of days ago. It was something to wow, it's so good again. I remember it's so good. So today we will talk about a pervert's daily life, which is a fairly old one. It ended I would say 3 years ago, and the artist is nowhere to be found. I don't know where is she. We need more from her. She was very good, but she did one great thing and then disappeared. So yeah, a pervert's daily life. This manhwa is structured into 3 different stories. Each stories has 3 different girls, but it's like the MCU where it all takes place in the same universe, and sometimes there are cameos or even crossovers. So yeah, let's start with the first story. This is about a girl who, as you would know, is a pervert. She's basically like Ludwig who who masturbated 18 times in a day. Yeah, she's the female equivalent 18 times. I call bullshit. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, she's a giant pervert who likes to masturbate everywhere, anytime. If she has to do a work, she won't do the work, she would masturbate. So yeah, she is starting to work in a new company which works on gaming stuff. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Where she meets her sunbae, which is basically senpai, which is basically upper class man. So she meet him at the work and she gets employed, and then she moves in the house, which is, I don't know. So basically the company has a house, an apartment which employees could use, but for some reason nobody uses it about the senpai. That's pretty convenient. So yeah, the girl move in and she's searching for someone, and she opens the door and she saw the guy masturbating to, I don't know, it doesn't show, but he was doing the thing. And as she's a pervert, as you would expect, she and then ran away. But it didn't make it too uncomfortable for them, as they started talking, I don't know, provoking each other, I would say, little by little. It's very slow in the beginning, but as it goes on, it picks up the pace, and at the end of the story, it's wow, so much happens so quickly. Not drama wise, I'm talking, you know what I'm talking. So yeah, at first they don't do much in the story, which is pretty slow, which gives the story some time to get to know the characters. The girl, for example, has a very good personality, and the guy also is a very good guy, I would say. Yes. So later on in the stories, they go to a meeting or some sort with another company, and they stay in the same room, which is different from apartment, because they have different rooms there. But now, no, they are together. But the senpai was so tired that he didn't do shit. It was the girl that did it, but the guy was asleep, which I don't know, is that okay? I would say it's okay because they get together later on. So yeah, later on in the story they start masturbating each other, which gives some great artwork. Yeah, there are some drama that happens. The girl has a tragic backstory where a guy in her class was hitting on her, but turns out he was cheating on his girlfriend, and then the girl gets all the bullying for some reason. And then there's a time when she gets assaulted by a homeless man, but the senpai comes in and saves the day. but not entirely because he broke his leg. There's also another girl which is interested in the guy later on, but it doesn't go anywhere except some few sex scene which isn't cheating because the girl was drunk as fuck and one time the guy was asleep as fuck. How does that happen? So yeah, that's about it for the first part of the story. I would say yes, that's about it. Yes. And then the second part of the story is about a girl who has very big whoa, but the very big whoa always gives breast milk even though she's not pregnant yet. So yeah, she's always having breast milk going everywhere, and to combat against this, she gives her breast milk to cats. Sometimes directly. But then there's another guy, not the guy from the part one, it's another one who is a cafe owner, and he saw her giving milk to cats. At first he didn't know it was her breast milk because he only saw, how do we say, the bowl of milk. But yeah, she comes in, she wants to work at the cafe, and she gets employed. Great. And then later on in the story, he finds out that the girl has a problem with her breast milk, and then the guy goes, yeah, you can serve that milk in the cafe, which is, I don't know if this is okay. Is that a thing that can happen? I know Activision Blizzard did already. Is that, what the fuck? So yeah, breast milk. And when she first get her paycheck, she asked if she could pay the meal for the guy. So she drinks only 1 cup of wine and she's totally blasted. And they go to a hotel, but they don't fuck. It is revealed later on that he didn't fuck. When I say later on, I literally mean the next chapter. They didn't fuck the night, but they did fuck right after knowing that they didn't fuck the night, because the girl was like, I want to fuck, and the boy was like, hey, whoa, now that I'm remembering it, he's not a boy, he's a grown-ass man. Yeah, he was like, I'm too old for you, you're still young. And she was like, fuck you and fuck me right now. And so they fuck, and they start fucking. In the story, it goes on, and then it is revealed that the guy was married before and the wife passed away, unfortunately, rest in peace. And she was like, I'm sorry for your loss, but also fuck that, I want you to myself. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens in part 2. Not much drama except the dead wife thing. So that gives us my favorite, part 3, which turns out that the girl from part 2 has a big sister who works in a company, and she has a newly assigned, how do we say, recruit in the work. The new boy, the new guy, he is a pushover, I would say, and the girl is a massive bitch, a massive temper personality, but I like it. So does the guy. Yeah, every time he gets chewed out of, he always get hard, and the girl was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he gets even harder, which I respect, man. I respect you for that. So one time when they were upstairs on the balcony, do we say balcony? Is that a balcony? It's a balcony. She was smoking her cigarette and he was still hard. The boss of the company came to talk to her and she was like, and then she tried to hide the dick with her hand, but the cigarette was still in her hand, and they press, and after a time it takes fire. The guy's dick is on fire, and she was drinking a milkshake or some shit like that, and then she poured it on, and the guy was like, I can't feel my dick, and the girl opens her cup, there was ice in it, and go woo, and then the pants go down, and then she whoa, and then the guy splooch in her mouth, and then the girl is like, the fuck is wrong with you? And then she goes on in the toilet, and then there was some G's on the hand, and then she put it in. But yeah, after that, after the whole blowjob ice thing, they started little by little to go more provocative, and then they fuck, and then they fuck anal. At the end of the story, it turns out that she is pregnant with the guy's the baby, but he wasn't involved in the baby making process because it was the G's on her hand that got her pregnant, not the thing that happened unprotected. Please use protection. Good for you. The guy is like, I will take responsibility, and the guy is like, fuck you. But then the guy doubles down, and then the girl is like, okay. So they get married, and that's the end of part 3. But you might think that it is all? No! The artist is a MVP. So basically, after the part 3 ends, she gives us a long after story. I mean, it's not that long, but it's pretty long for a after story. So in the after story, the 3 girls all start to connect to each other. I would say they start talking with another, they start meeting each other, just like the MCU. When what the fuck happened in the MCU? Yeah, when Captain America met Nick Fury for the first time, like that. The same feeling, but in porn. Yeah, the video is getting pretty long, I would say, but so I would briefly go around the after stories. The first part is about the first girl getting she made a manhwa about her life with the guy, and she ran out of ideas and starts to go everywhere, masturbate pretty much every day to find new experience so that she can read. Yeah, that's pretty much what goes on with the first girl. And the second girl, not much going on. Wait a minute. The second girl doesn't have what? Nothing? No. So yeah, the second girl doesn't have much going on in the after story. I would say she's just here for the time, just to be here. And then the best part of the story, of course, the third girl, the bad personality one, the temper, how do we say, the I can fix her one. She basically has the best after story of all, which is she loses her memory and become a good girl, and then the guy goes on little by little. They don't have sex for a while because she can't, for some reason, because she lose her memories. They can't have sex, but they do anal a lot because they can't use the regular hole because of the memory thing, and it hurts apparently. So yeah, after a little while, they fuck normally with the right hole, and she goes away. The good girl personality goes away because they have sex, and then the bad personality one comes back, and she's like, you cheated on me, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then it is later found out that she is pregnant again with the guy because the good girl fucked her. You know, they fuck, and when you fuck you have babies, but I think she will have the baby will have the personality of the good girl. My god, I've been talking for 23 minutes. Pretty packed story, very good. It's a great story, but it's a lot happens. It's 147 chapters, which is not that long compared to some who goes on forever. I'm looking at you. What's the name? Secret clause? You motherfucker. At least this one has 3 stories, 4 if you count this of the story. 4 stories, 147 chapters. That's great. 3 amazing stories. And the art is very pretty. It's like, how would you say? If a good girl did, wow, if the good girl did a manhwa which involves sex, this would be the art style that I would think. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the manhwa. I've talked so much about the story. I need some water now. Whew. It's just that it's so great. It's very good, a very good story. It's not just sex. Good story overall. And yeah, I hope we see her again. Alice Crazy, please come back, please. And if she did come back, can you tell me in the comments? I can't find anything from her except from this one. Please. Thank you. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.